Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Wednesday to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference first round playoffs for our 2012-13 Miami Heat Road to the NBA Finals Series for NBA 2K22. And we are currently leading the series 3-1 over the 99-2000 Toronto Raptors, whom we evidently lost our first game last episode. I will have all the previous episodes of the links in the description if you guys want to check those episodes out if you have not already, or if you're new to this series. So I'm excited to win this episode, because if we win this episode, we advance on to the next round, and Toronto doesn't, and we'll definitely make the finals for sure. But our opponent will probably be the 1997-98 Utah Jazz with John Stockton and Karl Malone. So without a further ado, we'll show you the uniforms, so we'll see you at tip-off. Alright, so we are going to be wearing the same exact uniforms from the first episode back in Game 1. The Raptors are going to be wearing their vintage purple 9903 road uniforms with the word Toronto on their jerseys. For the Miami Heat, they're going to be wearing their classic home uniforms from 09 through 2017, and they currently wear those uniforms, but they have the NBA logo placed at various parts of the jerseys. So nowadays they're in the back. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys at tip-off. Here we are at the American Airlines Arena in the 305 in Miami, Florida. And the Toronto Raptors have won it. So now Muggsy Bogues evidently passed it over to Vince Carter, but now LeBron James made that interception and returned it and made a 3 out of that. So it's a 3-0 Miami Heat lead here at the American Airlines Arena. So now Muggsy Bogues, the shortest player in NBA history, he was only 5'3", passing it over to Charles Oakley and then Vince Carter, and then Vince Carter made a 3 fly. And now we got Dwayne Wade out on the court for the Miami Heat, getting this one in for 2 points. So it's now 5-3 here in the 305. So they're going to pass it over to Vince Carter. So what will Vince Carter do? Will he actually knock down a 3? No, he will not. He will lose the basketball. LeBron James making the steal and the dunk. So it's now 7-3 here in Miami. So now Muggsy Bogues makes a nice spin move, passing it over to Vince Carter. Vince Carter getting that layup in there. So it is now going to be 7-5. So now Dwayne Wade, we are actually going to knock down a 3 for him. He's going to go behind the arc. He gets it in there. So it's now 10-5 here in Miami. So now Vince Carter with the possession. We played in Miami for games 1 and 2. LeBron James passing it over to Wade. So James is going to pick up an assist, evidently, for the Miami Heat. So it's now a 12-5 lead. So the last 2 episodes, we were in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So now Vince Carter getting it in there for 2 points. So it's now 12-7. So we're going to pass this over to LeBron James. And there is a charging foul on LeBron James. He charged it on Muggsy Bogues. So evidently, it is Toronto possession. So they're going to pass it over to Williams. So Williams, what is he going to do? Go in the paint. There is a foul on Shane Battier. It's a shooting foul. So this means they're going to go to the free throw line. Toronto gets it in for the first one. And will they actually get it in for the second attempt? Yes, they will. Miami with 3 steals already today. And they have had 7 points off of turnovers. So now they got one of the greatest 3-point shooters in NBA history. Ray Allen drills a 3. He was on #1 ranked up until Steph Curry broke his record this season on December 14th against the New York Knicks. I was watching that game for sure because it was a definite record breaker. And Curry now has 3,000 threes in his NBA career, so that was his #1 trademark. And it's now going to be 17-11. Both teams are 100% in field goals right now. So Williams, what's he going to do? He is going to dribble this one. Going to pass it over to Johnson. And now Johnson, he's going to get this one in for 2 points. So it's now 17-13. Ray Allen going to pass it over to Rashad Lewis, and Mike Miller going to pass it over to Mario Chalmers, and then back to Ray Allen. Allen drilling a 3, and it's now going to be 20-13. We are going to take a break. All right, so it's now 20-17. Mario Chalmers going to go up in the paint, going to make a dunk for the Miami Heat. So it's now 15.3 seconds to go. And they're going to pass it over to Alvin Williams, and then they're going to pass it over to Joe Johnson. And Joe Johnson's going to actually missed that, but Joe Johnson picks up a offensive rebound, but Ray Allen made a foul there, so now Johnson is going to the free throw line. And he gets it in there, so he's 4 for 4 from the free throw line. So now we're going to pass it over to LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native. And he gets it in before the buzzer beater hit. So 0.2 seconds to go before that buzzer beater hit. And this concludes the first quarter here in Miami, Florida. So the Heat are up by 5. So it's the Miami Heat 24, the Toronto Raptors 19. Alright, so now Shane Battier, the Duke product, going to pass it over to LeBron James, and then James going to pass it over to Battier, so LeBron James is going to pick up an assist, so it's now 26-19 here in Miami. So now Alvin Williams with the possession of the basketball, so now Alvin Williams going to pass it over to Doug Christie, and he misses that, so Joe Johnson picks up that offensive rebound for the Raptors and gets it in there. So now we're going to pass it over to Wade, and then intended for James, but Johnson picked up that rebound. So now Johnson's going to pass over to Charles Oakley, and Charles Oakley gets it in the paint. So we're going to pass it over to Chalmers, and then Battier going to make this one in for 2 points. So it's now going to be 28-23 here in the 305 in the Sunshine State of Florida. And they're going to pass it over to Doug Christie, and then Alvin Williams with that layup. The Heat are taking that timeout. We are actually going to take a break. All right, so now Tracy McGrady's going to pass it over to Charles Oakley. And now it is Charles Oakley going to pass it over to Willis, and we have possession of it. We made a steal, but then it ended up going out of bounds. So Miami has to give the ball to Toronto, and Chris Bosh using both hands trying to defend that pass there. So now Vince Carter going to pass it over to Willis, so Carter is going to pick up the assist, and now we're going to pass it over to Wade, and then we're going to pass it over to Chris Bosh, and it looks like Bosh is going to make this one in for 3, and it's now going to be 39-32 here in Miami, Florida. So now Muggsy Bogues loses the basketball, and it is Bosh who picks it up, gets it in for 2, and it's now 41-32. Chris Bosh with 5 points already for the Miami Heat, and there is less than 1 minute to go in the first half. So now Dwayne Wade makes a steal. He's going to attempt a three-pointer, and he actually gets that one in, so it's now 44-32. Vince Carter is going to pass that over to Davis, and then Muggsy Bogues. And now Rashad Lewis going to pass that over to Dwayne Wade, and Wade gets it in for 2 points, so it's now 46-32. And Toronto is down by 14, so they've got to make some threes somewhat fast, and Toronto takes that timeout. All right, there are 18.9 seconds to go in the first half before we get over to halftime. So now Shane Battier, the Duke product, is going to get this one in for 2 points. So it's now 50-37. There are 7 seconds to go. Vince Carter is going to knock down a 3 before the first half even ends in Miami. So they're going to pass it over to Bosch. And then Bosch gets the buzzer beater. And it is now 52-40, the halftime score here at the American Airlines Arena. Alright, so first half is over. On to the second. We got LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native, going to make that layup. There is a charging foul, and he charged it on Charles Oakley. So this means LeBron James will not get 2 points off of that layup. So now Tracy McGrady's going to go into the paint and score 2 points. Now Toronto is down by 10. So we're going to pass it over to Chris Bosh. And Bosh is going to make a slam. And it's now 54-42. So now Muggsy Boggs, he has possession of the basketball. And he loses it. So now it is Chalmers that picks up the steal and makes the dunk in the paint. So Miami is up by 14. And Boggs is going to dribble the possession of the basketball. He is not sure who to pass it to. He's going to pass it over to Tracy McGrady. And McGrady loses it. Wade picks it up. And Wade passing it over to James. So LeBron James makes a 3. And it's now 59-42. So Toronto is down by 17. They got to get some magic in here with either Del Curry or Vince Carter. So Vince Carter loses the basketball, evidently. Luckily, Toronto didn't have to give it up to the 2012-13 Miami Heat that time. So it is now 59-42. So they're doing some depth chart substitutions here. Charles Oakley, where is he going to pass it off to? He's going to pass it off to Tracy McGrady. And then Charles Oakley's going to go in the paint. There is a foul on Dwayne Wade, a reach-in to be exact. So now, feels like Toronto is going to have possession for the basketball forever. So now, Joe Johnson makes a 3, and the Heat are taking a timeout. We're going to take a break. Alright, we are back from break. So LeBron James is going to pass it over to Chalmers, and LeBron James, he is actually going to get that layup. Tracy McGrady has a shooting foul. So this means that LeBron James could get a free throw extra point off of that. So now they're down by, it looks like 19. I thought it would be 21. So now Johnson and Alvin Williams, where is he going to pass it to? Doug Christie gets this one in from 3. So it's now going to be 64-48. Chalmers passing over to LeBron James. So LeBron James, he's going to make a slam dunk for the Heat. And it's now 66-48. 23 points for LeBron James today. 10 for 10. In field goal. So there's a foul. It's on Mario Chalmers. It's a shooting foul. So this means that Alvin Williams is going to go to the free throw line for the first attempt. And he doesn't make it in. So Mike Miller picks up that rebound. Ray Allen going to pass it over to Aaron Bynes. Why is he on that roster? He never played for the 2012-13 Heat. So why are you trying to include him on the roster? So LeBron James makes a 3 there, so it's now 69-49, so we're up by 20 points exact. So now Vince Carter going to get that in for 2 points. We're going to take another break. And Del Curry hits a 3 with only 10.2 seconds to go in the third. Rashad Lewis going to pass it over to Mario Chalmers, and then Mike Miller, and then Ray Allen, he is going to knock down a 3 to end the third. So now Vince Carter, he's going to try to do a half-court shot, and he actually makes it in from behind the arc. So it's now 64-51. to 78. So Toronto is down by 14. So that was really pretty much unexpected. Vince Carter hitting a 3 from half court to end the third. I mean, he was a talented shooter, believe it or not, and he was also the vivid dunker that he was in the late 90s and early 2000s with Toronto. So that's why the Raptors were so successful with him. Speaking of Toronto, they have the possession to start the fourth quarter, and I'm actually might consider doing a 99-00 Raptors road to the NBA Finals series. So now Vince Carter with the possession, he is going to knock down a 3, and it is now 67-78. Dwayne Wade with the possession of the basketball, and he is going to knock down a 3 from behind the arc. So it's now going to be 81-67. And Miami's up by 14. So now Vince Carter hitting a 3 from behind the arc. And it's now going to be 81-70. So now Dwayne Wade going to pass it over to Chris Bosh. So Wade is actually going to get that assist since Bosh got it in for 2 points. So now both teams have not done pretty bad in shooting today, and it is Antonio Davis that gets it in there. The 12-13 Heat are taking a timeout, so we're going to take a small break here, and we're going to do some minor depth chart substitutions. Alright, so there's 9 seconds left on the shot clock. LeBron James, there was a missed free throw attempt by Shane Battier, but then Chris Bosh picked it up, so now it appears that Vince Carter has possession of the basketball. Where is he going to take this direction to? Will he pass it over to Doug Christie? And he misses that 3, actually. And it is now an 18-point lead, soon to be 20 if Battier gets it in. So now Battier is going to go in and get this one in for 2 with 100 seconds to be exact. And the bench is outscoring the 2012-13 Heat, the 99-00 Raptors, by 20 points. So now Vince Carter has 31, and the rest of the team has 45. So that is 76 in all. And Mario Chalmers getting in the paint there, so it's now 96-76. Muggsy Bogues has possession of the basketball. They're going to use some Vince Carter in some action. So now Vince Carter passing it over to a teammate, and it was LeBron James who was going to touch the basketball, and he got that one in for 2. So it's now 98-76. 37 points for LeBron James today, and 16 of which are in the paint. So LeBron James, he is going to shoot it in for 2, and it's now 100 points for the Miami Heat. And the Toronto Raptors are down by 24. They do not want to have a farewell call before the game ends. So now Dwayne Wade has possession of the basketball. He is going to go in the paint, gets it in for 2. All right, the player of the game is LeBron James for the Miami Heat. And we are going to go over the numbers after the game, but there are 19.5 seconds to go. So now it is LeBron James going to go in the paint, getting it in for 2. It's now 108-83. So Workman has possession of the basketball. Where is he going to take this one to? He is actually going to get it in for 2 points. So it's now 108-85. So now LeBron James with a slam dunk to end the game. And they are going to send the 99-00 Toronto Raptors back to Canada. And the Miami Heat have won it, so they will advance to the next round of the NBA playoffs. I am going to do a 99-00 Toronto Raptors road to the NBA Finals series. Don't you guys worry. I like this team as well. I just do it for entertainment purposes only. So this is a really fun series I really enjoy doing for 2K and Madden NFL. So we're going to go over statistics right now. LeBron James with 45 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 5 steals, 1 block on the day. He had 5 dunks in all, 4 for 4 from behind the arc. He is your player of the game. Dwayne Wade, 19 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, 2 steals on the day, and 2 dunks for him. LeBron James did have a block, by the way. I did forget to mention that. Shane Battier, 14 points and 1 steal. Chris Bosh with 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals on the day. Ray Allen had 9 points in all. Moving on to Toronto, Vince Carter's 36 points, 2 assists on the day. He was 8 for 9 from behind the arc. Del Curry, 10 points in all, 2 for 2 from behind the arc. Steph Curry and Seth Curry's father played in the NBA as well. Joe Johnson had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal on the day. Alvin Williams had 7 points, 2 assists, 1 steal on the day. Tracy McGrady was 6 points in all, 1 assist. Charles Oakley had 4 points and 3 assists on the day. So this ends the round 1 of the NBA playoffs for our 2012-13 Miami Heat. We will see you guys in round 2.